At the start, we meet Tian, a sweet girl who has a special love for the sounds of nature. She can notice beautiful melodies that others often miss, so she always carries a recorder to capture them. Since childhood, her dream has been to become a music composer. With no family left to support her, Tian works as a delivery girl and lives alone in a small seaside house left by her late father. One day, her friend tells her that a ticket to her favorite singer Jen's concert has been left at her home. Tian is thrilled because Jen has been her idol for years. Next, we meet Ling, a world-famous singer who became a superstar at a young age. Although millions of fans adore him, Ling hates having his private life constantly watched. To escape the media, he disguises himself as a construction worker while his assistant pretends to be him. Ling soon reaches a location for a photo shoot, and Tian accidentally arrives there too. Believing Jen's concert is being held at the same place, she tries to enter, only to be thrown out by security. Meanwhile, famous model Shasha is trying hard to get Ling's attention because she has a crush on him, but he completely ignores her. Later, Ling steps away for a private phone call. Nearby, Tian is recording birds and insects with her recorder. Seeing it, Ling mistakenly thinks she is secretly recording his conversation. He takes the recorder from her without hearing her explanation. Since it contains many precious nature recordings, Tian desperately tries to get it back. She follows Ling to his next fan event and asks for her recorder, but security removes her again. As she walks away, she sees the huge crowds of fans surrounding Ling. Ironically, Tian isn't interested in him at all. Her real idol is Jen. She only keeps following Ling because she wants her recorder back. Meanwhile, Ling heads off to his next assignment, a reality TV show. For a TV challenge, Ling is disguised as an ordinary taxi driver to test whether strangers can recognize him. Most passengers do, but Tian barely even looks at him. When Ling mentions his own fame, Tian bluntly says she doesn't understand why everyone likes him, claiming he isn't especially handsome or talented. Ling is shocked by her insults, and Tian soon realizes the driver is actually him. She demands her recorder back, but during their argument, the taxi gets into a small accident. They are taken to the hospital and escape serious injuries. Ling finally returns Tian's recorder, hoping to end their trouble, but the accident has destroyed it. All of Tian's precious recordings are gone. Heartbroken, she asks Ling what she should do, but he doesn't understand how important they were to her. Upset, Tian leaves the hospital. Later, while traveling by bus, Tian sees a passenger collapse after getting off. She calls for help, and a doctor named Yun quickly treats the man and saves him. Tian is deeply impressed by Yun's kindness and calm nature, and she immediately develops a crush on him. When Tian returns home, she is shocked to find Ling inside, unknown to both of them. Ling has bought the seaside house because he wants a quiet place away from his fans. Both believe they are supposed to live there alone. That night, Tian works on a new melody while humming in the kitchen. Ling hears her voice and, thinking the house is haunted, nervously goes outside to investigate. He soon discovers Tian, and both are stunned to see each other. They immediately start arguing. Tian accuses Ling of entering her home without permission and throws him outside before hearing his explanation. Ling keeps knocking and calling out, but Tian refuses to open the door. To make matters worse, heavy rain begins pouring down on him. With no other option, Ling spends the rainy night sleeping in the small doghouse outside. The next morning, Tian finds him burning with fever. Feeling responsible, she secretly takes a photo, then brings him inside, gives him warm soup, and looks after him. When Ling's manager arrives, he panics after seeing Tian there. He warns Ling that living together could cause a major dating scandal. Meanwhile, Tian checks her house papers and discovers the property now legally belongs to Ling. She soon learns that her friend Xia secretly sold it to him. Tian confronts Xia, who explains that her brother had been seriously ill and she desperately needed money. On the night she was drunk, Tian had unknowingly given Xia the house documents, but remembered nothing afterward. Xia later accepted Ling's offer and sold the property. Devastated, Tian tells Xia that the house is her only connection to her late father and demands that she help get it back. She then approaches Ling, asking to collect her belongings and offering to repay the house price in installments. Ling refuses and sends her away, but Tian refuses to surrender. She secretly sneaks back inside and later falls asleep on the sofa. When Ling returns from work and discovers her there, he orders her to leave. Instead, Tian confidently uses the situation to threaten him with a secret of her own. Tian warns Ling that she will post the embarrassing doghouse photo online if he tries to throw her out. While Ling attempts to take her phone, they accidentally get very close. A reporter secretly captures the moment, and by the next morning, the photo is everywhere. Rumors quickly spread that Tian and Ling are secretly living together. At work, Tian notices everyone staring at her. Xia soon calls and tells her about the viral photo. Worried about the scandal, Tian rushes to Ling's house. When Ling's manager arrives, Ling hides Tian inside a cabinet. The manager suggests that Ling fake a relationship with model Shasha to make the dating rumors disappear, but Tian soon runs out of air and walks out of the cabinet, leaving the manager convinced that something is definitely happening between them. We also meet Ling's father, a respected surgeon. He once wanted Ling to follow him into medicine, but Ling had always dreamed of becoming a singer. Despite their constant arguments, Ling chose music and eventually became a major superstar. Meanwhile, Chun continues staying in the house by using Ling's secret against him. One day, she discovers an invitation to a celebrity party where her idol Jen will appear. Excited, she begs Ling for a ticket, hoping to meet Jen and show him one of her original songs. Ling laughs at her dream and refuses to help. We also learn that Dr. Yun was once a student of Ling's father. Dr. Yun is Ling's father's favorite student, almost like a second son. Even though Tian keeps cooking for Ling, he still refuses to give her a party invitation. Determined to meet her idol Jen, Tian sneaks into the event but is stopped by security again. Luckily, Dr. Yun recognizes her from the bus incident and brings her inside as his guest. Tian finally meets Jen and even gets his autograph, making her dream come true. Meanwhile, Ling attends the party with his parents, but his relationship with his father remains tense. His father introduces Mangum, hoping she will become Ling's future wife. Ling sarcastically suggests that Mangum would be a better match for Dr. Yun, revealing his jealousy over how much his father admires Yun. Then Ling's manager tells him to publicly introduce Shasha as his girlfriend to end the dating rumors. Ling feels uncomfortable because he has never wanted a relationship with her. Instead, he remembers how Tian cared for him when he was sick. Suddenly, Ling walks over to Tian, takes her hand, and announces to the reporters that she is his girlfriend and future wife, the same girl from the viral photos. Before Tian can react, he kisses her, leaving the entire room stunned. The next day, Tian is furious about what happened. As revenge, she uses Ling's toothbrush to brush a dog's teeth. Later, she tells him firmly that she will never become his fiancée. Ling surprises her by replying that if she won't be his fiancée, she should become his wife instead. He then explains that both of them are now caught in the same situation and need to deal with it together. Ling admits that both he and Tian caused the situation to get out of control, so he offers her a deal: become his contract wife for 1 year, and he will return her seaside home afterward. His manager is shocked by the plan, but Ling believes announcing their marriage will quickly end the dating rumors and media scandal. Confused, Tian asks her friend for advice. Her friend thinks the deal is worth accepting because Tian could get her house back after 1 year. She only warns Tian not to fall for Ling. Tian confidently says she could never love someone as cold as him, but after remembering all the memories she shared with her father in the house, she decides to accept the offer. Tian and Ling then create a marriage contract with strict rules. In public, they must act like a real couple, but privately, they cannot have a romantic relationship. Tian must also keep their fake marriage secret. If she breaks the agreement, she loses her chance to get the house back. Soon, they hold a press conference to announce their marriage. Tian looks stunning but becomes nervous when she sees the huge crowd of reporters. Ling quietly holds out his hand, and she takes it, feeling more confident. Together, they pretend to be a loving couple in front of the cameras. Meanwhile, Ling's family watches the announcement on TV, and his grandmother is especially delighted to see them together. During the interview, reporters begin asking the newlyweds questions about their relationship. Since their marriage is only an act, Ling and Tian invent romantic stories about each other for the reporters. Their performance seems so convincing that everyone starts seeing them as a perfect couple. They soon register their marriage, followed by a wedding ceremony. Before the wedding, Ling's family invites Tian over to meet her future in-laws. His grandmother asks her several uncomfortable questions, but Ling arrives and saves her. Soon, Ling and his father start arguing, so Ling takes Tian away. However, they begin fighting in the car as well. Tian finally gets out, but accidentally leaves her phone and wallet behind. Ling soon realizes his mistake and turns back to find her. Before he can, Dr. Yun spots Tian and offers her a ride. Meanwhile, Ling searches everywhere but can't find her. Worried, he keeps looking while Tian visits her friend and drinks heavily out of frustration. The next morning is their wedding day, but Tian is still missing. Ling panics as reporters and guests wait for the ceremony. Just when he is about to explain her absence, Tian suddenly appears in her wedding dress. Everyone is relieved, and the two officially become husband and wife. After the ceremony, they leave for their honeymoon. Unfortunately, the trip is far from romantic because advertising staff constantly follow them. They have to act like a happy couple in public while arguing whenever they're alone. Things get even more awkward when they enter their hotel room and discover there is only one bed. Ling takes the bed for himself, so Tian angrily sleeps on the balcony, but the mosquitoes eventually drive her back inside. The two continue their silly revenge games, constantly irritating each other like Tom and Jerry. When Ling suddenly changes clothes, Tian becomes embarrassed and rushes out of the room. The next day, they attend a jewelry photoshoot, where one expensive ring mysteriously disappears. Tian panics because she could never afford to replace it, even when Ling tells her not to worry. She spends hours searching until late at night. The next morning, Ling jokingly tells her the ring was fake, finally calming her down. Tian is relieved but annoyed that he didn't tell her earlier. At another shoot involving horses, one horse suddenly becomes difficult to control. Tian quickly calms it down, impressing Ling. She explains that her late father taught her to ride when she was young. Meanwhile, Ling's manager secretly has someone watch them to see if their fake marriage is turning into something real. Soon, the missing ring is found. Thinking it's fake, Tian wants to keep it. Ling smiles and places it on her finger, telling her she can have it. But the ring is actually genuine, and Ling secretly pays for it himself. After the honeymoon, they return home. One day, Ling takes over the piano while Tian is playing and teaches her some useful music and composition techniques. He then invites her to dinner. Tian initially refuses, but changes her mind when she realizes Ling will probably pay. The next day, Tian goes to an interview for a music composer position, hoping to take another step toward her dream. Tian soon discovers that the company only wants her because she is Ling's wife, not because of her musical talent. She feels insulted because she wants to build her own career. That evening, Tian waits at the restaurant for Ling, but his manager secretly blocks every call and keeps Ling drinking. By midnight, Tian finally gives up and returns home. When a drunk Ling arrives, she angrily asks why he ignored her. Ling coldly reminds her that their marriage is only a contract. His words hurt Tian deeply. The next day, Tian meets Dr. Yun at a music store. They discover they both love music and notice the same recorder. Yun has already bought it, but after seeing Tian's disappointment, he offers it to her. She refuses the expensive gift and instead invites him to lunch. Ling happens to see them together and immediately becomes jealous. He joins them, holds Tian's hand, and keeps calling her honey while pretending to be the perfect husband. His jealousy is partly because his father always praised Dr. Yun while criticizing him. Unable to watch them any longer, Ling suddenly claims that his grandmother is sick and takes Tian home. On the way, he asks how she knows Yun. Tian explains that they met during the bus incident and jokes that Ling himself met her in a taxi before becoming her husband. When they visit Ling's grandmother, Tian quickly discovers that she is perfectly healthy. Ling had only made up the story to separate her from Yun. Unfortunately, the family learns about his lie, and his grandmother becomes genuinely upset. Everyone blames Ling for causing the trouble. Later, while Ling is working at his agency, a masked delivery girl arrives with his food order. Ling discovers that the masked delivery worker is actually Tian. He follows her outside and warns her not to do such a risky job because the media could turn it into a scandal. Tian reminds him that unlike him, she has to work to survive and that he doesn't understand the struggles of ordinary people. Her words make Ling rethink his attitude. The next day, Ling visits Tian's workplace, claiming he wants to experience a normal life. Since a children's party is happening there, Tian makes him help entertain the kids. At first, Ling is awkward, but soon he starts having fun with Tian. They accidentally hug, leaving both embarrassed. When a child asks if Tian is his girlfriend, Ling proudly says she's actually his wife. Someone secretly photographs the moment, and the pictures soon spread online. Ling's manager becomes furious, clearly worried about their growing closeness. Meanwhile, Dr. Yun takes Tian to a beautiful horse ranch and museum. Tian loves the place because horses remind her of her childhood. Ling learns where she is and becomes jealous, demanding that she come home. Tian refuses to explain herself. She later tells Yun about a childhood friend who always comforted her whenever she felt sad. Back home, Ling keeps asking where Tian went, but she is too busy composing music to answer. Feeling ignored, he deliberately makes noise until another argument begins. Tian tells him to stay away, but Ling reminds her that even a contract marriage must look real to the public. Later, Tian secretly meets her friends for her birthday. Ling follows her and discovers the special day. Wanting to surprise her, he buys a gift and even practices how to give it to her. But Tian never arrives because Dr. Yun has introduced her to a music producer. After hearing Tian's composition, the producer praises her talent and offers to help improve the song. Tian is overjoyed because, for once, someone appreciates her for her own abilities rather than for being Ling's wife. Meanwhile, Ling waits anxiously for her. Xia tells him Tian may be at the park, where she usually goes on her birthday. Ling rushes there, but fans recognize him despite his disguise. After searching everywhere without finding Tian, he finally returns home disappointed. Tian eventually returns home and finds Ling upset. She then sees social media filled with funny photos of him wandering around in ridiculous disguises. Ling admits he did all all that while searching for her. Feeling guilty, Sean apologizes, and Ling quickly forgives her. He then surprises her by taking her to a private ice skating rink he booked just for them. Since Tian can't skate, Ling patiently teaches her. When she nearly falls, he catches her and wishes her a happy birthday. Tian is touched because she never expected him to remember. Meanwhile, Ling's manager keeps calling, but Ling's phone is left behind. The drunk manager becomes angry and assumes Ling is enjoying a romantic evening with Tian. We also meet Lin, another famous idol who secretly envies Ling and believes his success comes mainly from his manager. Later, Ling's grandmother invites Tian to learn household skills. Ling joins them but mostly watches her struggle. In the kitchen, he ends up cooking fish soup after Tian makes him look responsible for the argument. His cooking surprisingly impresses Grandma, but a fishbone gets stuck in her throat, sending everyone into panic. Thankfully, she recovers after receiving treatment. Tian's concern makes Ling's father realize how close she has become to the family. At the hospital, Tian meets Dr. Yun, who has been injured by a patient. To comfort him, she plays a soft melody. The music reminds Yun of his childhood friend who used to play the same way. Suddenly, he wonders if Tian could actually be that friend. He grabs her hand and begins asking her about it. Before he can finish, Ling arrives and sees them holding hands. His jealousy immediately takes over, and he pulls Tian away from Yun. Ling pulls Tian away from Dr. Yun, reminding him that she is his wife. The next day, Ling secretly buys red elephant toys and a book because he knows they are special to Tian, showing that he is starting to care about her. Meanwhile, Tanan takes homemade food to Dr. Yun. Yun reminds her that she is married, but she says he is still an important friend. As Yun eats, memories of his childhood return, and he begins to wonder if his feelings for Tian are more than friendship. Later, Ling learns that Tian can't ride a bicycle, so he buys one and teaches her himself. Their peaceful moment is ruined when Ling's manager arrives and warns him that he and Tian are becoming too close. He even hugs Ling in front of Tian to create distance between them. Distracted, Shun falls from the bicycle and hits her head. Ling rushes her to the hospital, where Dr. Yun angrily blames him for the accident. Tian remains unconscious while reporters gather outside. The manager wants to use the situation for publicity, but Ling refuses to turn her accident into a media stunt. However, the manager secretly takes photos anyway. When Tian wakes up, the doctors discover that she has temporary selective amnesia. She remembers people from before the accident, but cannot remember anyone she met afterward, including Ling and Dr. Yun. Confused, she asks who they are. Tian then innocently compliments Dr. Yun's looks, making Ling jealous. When Ling asks if she remembers him, she says no. As a joke, he claims to be her brother, and Tian completely believes him. Soon, Ling's mother and grandmother visit the hospital and show Tian their wedding photos, hoping the memories will slowly return. Instead, John points at Ling and innocently asks why she is dressed like a bride at her own brother's wedding. Grandma and Ling's mother are stunned, realizing her memory loss is far more serious than expected. At times, Tian calls Ling her husband, but moments later she thinks of him as her brother. Ling stays by her side and never reveals that their marriage is only a contract. Yet despite her confusion, one thing remains the same: the two still argue like Tom and Jerry, leaving even Dr. Yun puzzled. Meanwhile, Ling's manager becomes increasingly heartbroken because his feelings for Ling are obvious. One day, while Ling and Tian are watching a movie, Ling's father suddenly arrives. Nervous, Ling hides under Tian's blanket. His phone rings from underneath, exposing his hiding place. Surprisingly, his father simply smiles and leaves, assuming the couple is having a romantic moment. Soon, Tian is discharged from the hospital. Dr. Yun asks Ling to take good care of her, which makes the manager even more jealous. Back home, Ling remembers that their marriage contract is still in the bedroom and quickly tries to hide it. Tian notices his strange behavior and wonders why they seem to sleep in separate rooms if they are really married. She briefly sees part of the contract, but Ling manages to cover it up. The manager, however, knows Ling is hiding the truth and insists that Tian deserves to know. Ling refuses because she is still recovering and he does not want to hurt her. That night, Tian sleeps in Ling's bed, believing they are a normal married couple. Ling feels awkward and stays at the edge. When Tian accidentally hurts his injured leg, she gently treats it. The strong smell of the medicine gives Ling an excuse to sleep somewhere else. Unable to bear the situation any longer, the manager shows Tian the marriage contract the next morning. He explains that although she has lost her memory, she has the right to know the truth. Later, Ling comes home and finds Tian looking sad. He offers to cook for her, but she silently shows him the contract and reveals that the manager has already told her everything. Ling is left speechless. A few days later, Xia asks Tian and Ling to meet her. Tian calls Ling home, and despite being busy, he immediately leaves work to see her, but he soon discovers she only wanted him to accompany her to Xia's place. Although annoyed, he agrees because she is still recovering. His manager becomes furious after learning Ling abandoned work just because Tian called. When Ling and Tian finally meet Xia, they discover that she wants Ling to promote a particular brand. When the celebrity Ling appeared, several girls rushed toward him for photos. Tian quickly pulled him into the car, then returned and forced the girls to delete every picture. Because of the delay, Ling arrived late to work and was harshly scolded by his manager. The next day, Ling took Tian to the place where they had first met. Suddenly, her lost memories returned, including the truth about their contract marriage. Back home, Tian angrily confronted Ling for hiding everything while she was confused. Ling defended himself, reminding her that she had also hugged him, called him honey, and wanted to sleep beside him. During their argument, Ling's assistant brought their wedding photos. Since neither wanted them in the bedroom anymore, they decided to display them in the living room. Later, Tian visited her favorite music store and happily told Dr. Yun that her memory had returned. Meanwhile, Xia discovered the marriage contract at Ling's house and realized the marriage was fake. She threatened to expose them unless Ling paid her. Instead, Ling offered her a job through his agency if she kept quiet, and she agreed. Unknown to them, Dr. Yun was outside returning Tian's forgotten handbag. He overheard everything and learned the truth, but pretended not to know. Later, Tian thanked Ling for helping her friend and invited him to a movie as a way of repaying him. Ling happily accepted. The next morning, his manager announced that a famous director wanted him for a major film. But just as Ling started reading the script, Tian called and said she was waiting outside. Remembering how he had disappointed her before, Ling immediately rushed to her, leaving his manager furious again. At the same time, another idol, Lin, offered Ling's manager a job as her personal manager, but he refused. Ling eventually met Tian, cheered her up, and spent the day with her. During their date, Tian rested her head on his shoulder, making the moment feel surprisingly romantic. Meanwhile, Director Gu's meeting continued without Ling. His manager explained that Ling was finishing his current commitments so he could fully focus on the new project later. His professionalism impressed the director. After returning home, Jian wanted to ask Ling about his relationship with the manager after seeing them hug, but embarrassment stopped her. The next day, Ling found his manager still angry. As punishment, he cancelled Ling's schedule and sarcastically told him to spend his time with his wife instead. Ling also learned that Lin had visited the manager. Meanwhile, Dr. Yun was distracted during surgery because he could not stop thinking about Tian. When Ling's father jokingly asked if he had argued with his girlfriend, Dr. Yun denied having one, even though Tian was the only person on his mind. Hoping to repair his relationship with his manager, Ling invited him to his home, but the manager arrived feeling deeply disappointed. Ling's manager reminded him how hard he had worked to build his career and how difficult it was to convince Director Gu after Ling missed the meeting. Luckily, the director still agreed to cast Ling as the lead. Feeling guilty, Ling apologized and promised not to repeat his mistake. Later, Ling told Tian that his problem started because he had rushed to see her. Tian suggested another outing, this time to a children's activity center, and Ling agreed. She also invited Xia, thinking they were going on another romantic date. The manager secretly sent his assistant to follow them and take pictures. During the outing, Ling opened up about his past. His father had forced him to study medicine, but Ling quit after 1 year because it was not his dream. Ning then supported him and helped him enter the music industry. Ling admitted that his success was largely because of Ning's support. Meanwhile, Tian hurt her foot while walking her dog. At work, Ling and Ning had another argument, and Ning suddenly collapsed after walking away. Ling rushed him to the hospital, where doctors revealed that Ning had been hiding a serious stomach ulcer. Ling stayed beside him all night. Tian waited for Ling at home, but he never returned. The next morning, she saw him preparing soup for Ning. Although disappointed, she went with him to the hospital. There, she noticed Ling caring for Ning just as lovingly as he had cared for her before. This made Tian feel less special. She reminded herself that she was only his contract wife and that one day their agreement would end, perhaps leaving Ling and Ning together. Ning secretly enjoyed seeing Tian jealous, while Ling tried to explain that he and Ning were only an idol and manager who had worked together for years. But Tian could not stop doubting him. At the hospital, Tian met Dr. Yun, who noticed her injured foot and treated it. Seeing her sadness, he took her out to help her forget her worries. Tian drank too much and returned home with Dr. Yun. When Ling saw them, he became furious and blamed Dr. Yun for letting her drink so much. Dr. Yun calmly pointed out that Ling had not even noticed how badly Tian had hurt her foot. Ling then questioned Tian for drinking with another man. Still upset and drunk, Tian angrily reminded him that while she came home after drinking, Ling had spent the entire night caring for Ning. "Did I ever complain? Don't forget, we're only married because of a contract." Ling's words deeply hurt Tian, leaving him him angry and upset. Without arguing further, he returned to his room. That night, both of them stayed apart, hurt by what had happened. The next day, Tyne left the house and told Ling in a note that she would stay with Shaw for a few days. While helping Shaw with work, someone secretly photographed her and posted the pictures online. Soon, rumors spread that Tyne and her husband had fought. Seeing the gossip, Ning was secretly pleased and quickly made another plan. He ordered food from Tyne's delivery service and invited reporters to the place. When Tyne arrived, Ning photographed her and told the media that she was a devoted wife who had personally prepared food for her husband and his employees. He then reminded her that as long as their contract marriage continued, she had to act like Ling's wife. Later, Ling arrived and was relieved to find Tyne there. He sincerely asked her to return home with him. After thinking it over, she agreed. When Tyne returned, she was surprised to discover that Ling had prepared something special for her. During their conversation, Ling revealed that their marriage contract would end in 6 months. When Qian heard Ling mention the future, she thought he was going to ask for a divorce. She knew that the longer she stayed with him, the more difficult it would be to leave. So, she suggested ending their marriage early. But the word divorce instantly enraged Ling. He firmly said he never planned to divorce her and walked away. A few days later, Ling saw Qian leaving a music store with Dr. Yun. He misunderstood the situation and assumed Qian wanted a divorce because she had feelings for Dr. Yun. In reality, that was completely untrue. That evening, Fran made mooncakes for Ling ahead of the Mid-Autumn Festival. Instead of thanking her, Ling said he had reconsidered her words and thought divorce might be better. Qian calmly asked him to wait until after the festival. At Ling's family home, his parents happily asked when the couple planned to have a child. The question made Qian uncomfortable because she knew their marriage might soon end. Later, Ling's mother gave her a precious family bracelet. Although Qian tried to keep her distance, she was slowly becoming attached to Ling and his family. Ling was struggling too, as the idea of losing her hurt more than he expected. Since they had to share a room at his parents' house, they ended up sleeping in the same bed, but neither could sleep. Later, Pian finally began music lessons with a professional teacher, an opportunity recommended by Dr. Yun. She was thrilled. Wanting to support her dream, Ling showed one of her compositions to a famous director. However, he was shocked to learn that the director already knew Qian and that Dr. Yun had introduced her to him. Ling felt disappointed because everything he wanted to do for Qian seemed to have already been done by Dr. Yun. Later, Qian invited Dr. Yun to dinner to thank him. During dinner, some hot food accidentally fell on Tian's hand. Dr. Yun quickly held her hand to check the injury, ignoring the fact that he had also been hurt. Meanwhile, Ning secretly photographed the moment. During their conversation, Dr. Yun mentioned the childhood friend who had always supported him. He already knew that Qian was that friend, but she still had no memory of their past. Back at home, Ling sat alone with a drink, looking through their old photos. He wished their marriage could continue forever instead of ending in divorce. When Qian finally returned, Ling asked if Dr. Yun was the reason she wanted to leave him. She immediately denied it. He then wondered if his constant jokes and arguments had pushed her away, but Qian reassured him that he was simply thinking too much. Ling gently held her hand and soon fell asleep beside her. Meanwhile, Ning secretly met Dr. Yun and showed him the photo. He asked Dr. Yun to join forces with him, but Dr. Yun refused. He already knew Ling and Qian's marriage was only a contract and reminded Ning that he had arranged it himself. Ning admitted that creating the marriage had been a mistake, but Dr. Yun still wouldn't help him. Before leaving, Ning confidently said that sooner or later, Dr. Yun would come back asking for his help. The next day, Dr. Yun called Tian and said he had a surprise for her. When she arrived, she was amazed to see the photo album she had been searching for. Dr. Yun had finally found it, making Tian extremely happy. However, someone secretly took a picture of them together and leaked it to the media. Meanwhile, Ling came to work in a great mood. After their emotional talk the night before, he hoped Tian had changed her mind about the divorce, but his happiness quickly disappeared when their photo went viral. People accused Tian of cheating, leaving Ling confused and worried. That evening, Ling confronted Qian about the picture and asked if she was seeing Dr. Yun. Qian calmly denied it, but Ling continued arguing. Finally, she lost her patience and reminded him that their marriage was only a contract. Hearing this, Ling could no longer control his emotions. He pulled her closer and kissed her, then admitted that it mattered because he was her husband. Qian was shocked and immediately slapped him. After that, she disappeared without telling anyone. Ling felt terrible and blamed himself for forcing the kiss. Thankfully, Dr. Yun found Qian first. She had secretly hoped Ling would be the one searching for her, but instead, Dr. Yun came to her. The next day, Tian told Dr. Yun that they should keep their distance because she didn't want to cause trouble for anyone. Meanwhile, Ling desperately searched for her and even stopped caring about his work. When Ning scolded him for abandoning his responsibilities, Ling finally confessed that although his marriage with Tian had started as a contract, he had genuinely fallen in love with her. Later, Dr. Yun met Ning and suspected him of leaking the photo. Ning denied it and said he would never ruin Ling's career. He even encouraged Dr. Yun to stay close to Chan because Ling had already admitted his feelings. Soon, Dr. Yun spoke to Ling and agreed to meet him the next morning. During their meeting, he revealed that the viral photo had been edited and that nothing romantic had happened between him and Tian. He also blamed Ling for doubting his own wife, saying his lack of trust had pushed Tian away. When Ling demanded to know where she was, Dr. Yun reminded him that he was only Tian's contract husband and had no right to keep hurting her. Still suspicious, Ling later confronted Ning about the leaked photo. Ning strongly denied it, reminding Ling that they had worked together for years and asking why he would destroy the career they had built together. Ning also noticed that Ling had changed completely since Tian came into his life. Tired of the rumors, Ling publicly declared that he trusted Tian and would always support her. His words upset Ning, who had hoped the scandal would drive them apart. Instead, the rumors slowly faded. Tian saw Ling's message and felt happy, but it also made her question their relationship even more. Ling tried to apologize, admitting that he should have trusted her from the start, but Tian still refused to talk to him. Later, she turned on her phone and found his message. "When are you coming home? I'm waiting for you." Eventually, Tian returned home. She was still distant, but Ling was simply relieved to see her again. Meanwhile, his assistant discovered the edited photo in Shasha's gallery. Shasha finally confessed that she had leaked it because she secretly loved Ling and was jealous of Tian. Ling then realized that Ning had been innocent all along. Later, Ling began recording a new song written by Tian. His biggest concert was also coming soon, so Tian asked for several tickets, including a VIP seat in the front row. Ling refused because he had saved that seat for his father, even though he didn't expect him to come. Tian only smiled and said she would handle it. The next day, Tian went to the hospital but couldn't find Ling's father. Instead, she met Dr. Yun and learned it was his birthday. She bought him a cake, and during their celebration, Dr. Yun revealed that he still missed his childhood friend and planned to wait for them by the seaside 2 days later. Tian didn't know that she was actually the friend he had been searching for. Meanwhile, Lin secretly placed someone inside Ning's office. They discovered and photographed the contract marriage agreement between Ling and Tian. At the same time, Tian found an old cassette in Dr. Yun's office. When she listened to it, her forgotten childhood memories suddenly returned. She finally realized that she was Dr. Yun's missing childhood friend. 2 days later, Dr. Yun waited by the sea, believing Tian would come, but she never arrived because her heart had already chosen Ling. Instead, she rushed to Ling's concert. Sadly, heavy traffic stopped her from reaching the venue, so she had to watch the performance on television. Then, something unexpected happened. Ling's father suddenly appeared at the concert and was escorted straight to the VIP seat that Ling had saved for him. During the concert, Ling performed an emotional song about a father's love, written by Tian. The lyrics touched both Tian and Ling's father. When Ling noticed his father sitting in the front row, he became overwhelmed with emotion. Later, Ling went home disappointed because Tian had missed the concert, but the moment she hugged him and explained that traffic had delayed her, he forgave her. He also gave her the repaired recorder. Meanwhile, Dr. Yun decided to let go of his childhood love. At the same time, Lin threatened Ning, demanding Ling's movie role, or she would reveal the contract marriage. Ning realized that someone inside the company must have leaked the confidential papers. Meanwhile, Tian discovered that one of her songs had been selected for director Gu's new movie starring Ling. Everyone celebrated, especially Ling, who was proud to see Tian involved in such an important project. Later, Ling secretly created a puzzle that contained his love confession, but Tian's dog ruined it by scattering the pieces. Soon, Ling caught the employee responsible for leaking information. Afterward, he took Tian somewhere special and finally admitted that he had fallen deeply in love with her. When he asked if she felt the same, Tian answered with a gentle kiss on his forehead. They smiled and embraced, finally accepting their feelings for each other. But their happiness was short-lived. Lin leaked the contract marriage documents, causing a huge scandal. Ling's family confronted them, so the couple honestly admitted that their marriage had started as a contract, but had eventually become real love. Surprisingly, the family supported them and encouraged them to have a real marriage. However, Ling's agency demanded that he blame the scandal on Tian to protect his career. Even Ning suggested that Tian accept the blame if she truly loved Ling. After thinking carefully, Tian agreed. Ling strongly refused, saying he would never sacrifice the woman he loved, even if it meant losing everything. Ning warned him that the entertainment industry could easily forget a celebrity, but Ling still wouldn't change his decision. That night, Ling and Tian spent what they believed might be their last evening together. Tian revealed that she had accepted the agency's plan only because she wanted their final memories to remain happy. The next morning, Ling woke up to discover that she had disappeared. He immediately went to the agency, where reporters were waiting. Instead of hiding the truth, Ling confessed everything. He admitted that their marriage had begun as a contract, but had slowly turned into genuine love. He openly declared his feelings for Tian and announced that he was even willing to leave his agency for her. Ironically, Lin's plan backfired. Ling gained even more support from the public. But when he returned home, Tian was already gone. She left a letter explaining that she couldn't allow him to destroy his career because of her. A year passed without them seeing each other. Eventually, Ling returned to music on his own. Ning wished him success, while Dr. Yun had also moved forward with his life. One day, Dr. Yun unexpectedly met Tian at a flower shop and learned that she was still writing songs. Later, he gave Ling the shop's business card and simply told him that someone was waiting there. Ling immediately understood and rushed to the flower shop, the same place where they had once spent their honeymoon. When they saw each other, they ran into each other's arms. Tian joked that Ling hadn't changed at all, and he playfully replied that he was too handsome to change. When Tian teased him by saying he wasn't her husband anymore, Ling dropped to one knee and proposed again. This time, there was no contract, no lies, and no conditions, only love. Soon, they officially registered their marriage and became a real husband and wife. During the wedding preparations, Tian chose her own dress, and the couple happily took their wedding photos. Ling also made a successful comeback with a new song. Midsummer is Full of Love, once again written by Tian. The song became a huge hit and brought both of them back into the spotlight. After everything they had endured, Ling and Tian finally found love, happiness, and success together, bringing their story to a beautiful ending.